here's tonight's project. It's an LG 37-inch LC TV. Picked it up off of Craigslist. The guy did a remodel, unplugged it for 3 weeks, plugged it back in, and this is what it did. A whole lot of nothing. So if we press the power button, it's doing nothing at all. Same with the power button on the side over here. Nothing. This is a... This is the focus. LG 37 LC7D. So we'll crack it open and take a look at the power supply and see what we can find out. Okay guys, here's the power supply. Now the common failure on these is these capacitors down here, which actually look pretty good. Usually you can see the caps on them will be bulging up here and or even leaking fluid out. That's a dead giveaway that they're bad. But they're all just fine visually. That doesn't mean they're actually good. Next, just a couple fuses. I went ahead and took my voltmeter and checked to make sure I have the correct voltages coming out of them. Where's that other fuse? There you are. Just to make sure I have the correct voltages coming out, and I do. Now, not every board's like this, but this one is. My connections, I went ahead and unplugged it. But you can see most of these are actually labeled. So I mean, I can go ahead and check for 3.4 volts up there, 6.5, a couple standard 5 volt references. I can check for that on these plugs. Pretty neat. I went ahead and did, and my voltages are low. So I'm suspecting that these capacitors are bad over here, so I'm going to go ahead and replace them, and we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Just a quick note before I dig into here, a little something I like to do. I like to mark the capacitors that I'm going to be replacing. I'm in the process of doing that right now. And also, the ones that go in, I mark the top of those too. That way there is absolutely no question if I replace them or not. The last thing you want to do is go, oops, did I replace that capacitor on this TV that's not working? So, cover them up. Alright guys, here's the board with the new capacitors in it. Everything's plugged in. Make sure you screw it down because those are actually ground connections there on the board before you go ahead and test it. So let's plug it in. Here's our indicator. Tell us if it's off or on. So we'll plug it in over here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so now we got our red. Nope. It turned right on, huh? See what our screen's doing, shall we? Looks like we have a working TV now. So I'll go ahead and put the whole thing together, plug some stuff in, make sure we're all good. And that is the end of it, guys. Good luck and be careful.